Alrighty, we are here. Um, we're all tired, I think. Well, at least two of us, maybe three of us, maybe I don't know, but we're
Always
back.
tired.
Shut up, Saren. You are.
Never,
Anyway,
never not tired these days.
um, but if everyone and anyone that's watched it last week, and or people that haven't, or people that are here that just want a refresher, you guys ended last week after finding an alien island and going ashore because the fish people wanted you to, and thinking that, you may be getting eaten. And that may not have been a wrong assumption at all. Well,
Well, my bet was that the fish people wanted to eat us, but they didn't want to eat us. They wanted to feed us to somebody else.
well, yeah.
He wanted to enslave us and then probably eat us.
So I wasn't wrong. Just I was wrong about who.
Yes.
It's a little more
misdirected.
drawn out, actually. We would be enslaved, and when we were no longer useful, then we would be eaten.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
I like how
different.
the best part is that pretty much all the more assertive characters are like, I bet there's going to be something who's going to try to eat us.
And in
Yeah, let's go
reality,
anyway.
it was really just going to eat your mind. But
So much better.
you managed to kill the tentacled monster underneath the surface of the ocean. Quite spectacularly, actually. You made it back to the ship, the Cold Shark, and you partied with the crew. And that's pretty much where we left off.
We have a very happy crew, as I
last
remember.
week you met Seltoria as she joined the party, and she got to meet your crazy group of people, along with your talking coffin, and I think you might be muted, Kristen. Are you?
Nope.
Oh, okay. No.
I just gave just a small giggle.
Oh, okay. It was a small, almost inaudible giggle. So, you find yourself the morning after partying on deck. Several of the crew members actually left early because they had to, they were starting their shifts and had to watch the ship at night.
Jobs.
Yeah. The first mate, Angel, is very much taskmaster. And anyway, so yeah, you guys wake up the next morning in your different crews or different crew quarters, and or hiding behind barrels or wherever you ended up at the end of the night, or passed out on deck or up in the crow's nest. Who knows where you ended up, but you wake up the next morning. I leave it up to you where you ended up. And the gently rocking ocean doesn't feel so good for whoever had a little too much to drink the night before.
Definitely me. So little. So little.
So, yeah, Leaf will go to find some place in the hold to nurse his head and the like.
I assume that was probably holed up near Leaf.
Yeah, they're curled up together.
Is it a small space, just crunched together? So I'm gonna follow him because I could use some meat.
Are you gonna eat him
No,
in his sleep?
Just chew on his tail a little bit.
I object.
wouldn't do that.
It's been a while since you've had some cat.
On the note of cat, that's actually how I
That's
felt,
what
sort
you-
of.
That's what you go off
No, remember, I'm
Speaking
Speaking
of
of
cat.
eating cats,
of.
Speaking of cat, I had fallen asleep halfway on my bunk or hammock or whatever it was, and then shifted, and then woke up in a position that, while entirely comfortable for a jungle cat, It's not very comfortable for me. And like, oh,
And he's lying on his stomach with his limbs draped down from like a rafter or something.
Or
it's
like sleeping like in a crazy position, not on something soft, but on something totally hard with his head up on a railing.
yeah,
'Cause,
no.
you know, that's comfortable.
Let's call it a ship's hole where nobody just like they noticed as I fell asleep as the cat, and they're just like, I don't want to piss that off, and they just kind of kept walking. I woke up still on the rafter, like, don't. Oh,
Tarek went to bed at a sensible time. Went to his with only a few drinks, and went to his room and slept in the bed.
So
But
responsible.
I did
so
say
boring.
that I think I said I had gotten Saltori's sword before we went to sleep. So when he wakes up in the morning, he lays it out with the creepy coffin standing in the corner, maybe watching. I don't know how it does.
You
And
never
he
can tell if
used-
it's watching. It just kind of stands there, and every once in a while it goes, "I like you. We should have breakfast. At
and
night, you should let me out."
and I ignore it. Then I use my Artisan's Blessing Channel Divinity on it, and on the sword. And I think I went over. It's nice and fresh and clean and new and highly polished and shined. And there's a small at the base where the hilt, the blade comes down, and there's the hilt. There's a small shield shape with a warhammer, and that's his defining mark for all his crafted stuff. And then I guess that morning he gets up and he goes and finds her and returns it to her.
Okay.
Cool.
So that being said, it's not magical or anything, but it's just new, essentially.
So, how do you react to that?
Me, I was
Yeah.
just waiting. I think I was talking over people, so I was like, has everyone stopped?
No, you're good. You're good.
So Sotoria probably, I think, wouldn't stay in the festivities for long. She's not used to big parties. She probably had a drink or two and then found some quarters to sleep in. I know you said that she got upgraded to some fancy cabin by mistake, but she didn't know it.
Yep.
So she probably didn't know that, and she probably just found like a random bed, like in a random.
There's the two. It was like two cabins, the big cabin, and then the beds are all in the hold. Like there's a bunch of like kind of beds down there that people.
Okay,
Just
so
sleeping.
I'm assuming she went to the hold then.
Okay.
Slept there. I don't know if she would think that she got upgraded. Hopefully she finds out today. So then in the morning, she wakes up probably pretty early because she didn't drink a lot. And then she's probably at the mess hall or whatever, eating some breakfast when he comes to give her whatever weapon that I have.
A double-bladed scimitar.
Thanks. I should look on the sheet.
And indeed, the old as dirt dwarf Silver Salt is there cooking breakfast. Seems perfectly fine. He drank most people under the table.
What's breakfast?
It's generally it's kind of like a porridge, basically. Like it's something that they can mix at sea fairly well with fresh water and doesn't have to go bad. They do have some dried meats that they're serving with it.
In the meantime, I'm up in on one of the main rafters that support the top of the cargo hold.
And anyone that's down there that's like hungover, he kind of like winks at you and hands you like an extra glass of something.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out how to get down from this rafter because I remember jumping up here and then just kind of.
Are you just gonna just roll off at some point and just fall into the floor?
Like, keep in mind that this is probably like 10 or 11 feet because it's the cargo hold, one of the cargo hold supports. I'm just gonna like, oh, they're fine.
You roll out.
What's worse that can happen? I try to roll off and then land.
Okay, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Yeah, it would be better if he decided to shift to an animal and fall down, but he accidentally shifted into like a fish.
Flop, flop, flop.
I mean, that wouldn't end poorly for a couple of them. Like the frog, for example, would be just fine. I mean, it'd be awkward, but it'd be weird. Alright, let's see. 15 plus 2, 17.
Yeah, you just roll out and kind of do that whole like 3-point landing. Startle a crew member that was like trying to take a nap right there.
Oh, sorry, friend. But hey, I managed to get down.
You slept up there?
Maybe not intentionally. Was little drunk. Was also not, cat. I was cat. You know that cat that you may have seen? Yeah, that was me.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. It's good time. I'm going to go get breakfast.
Okay. He's just kind of sitting there looking a little disturbed. He's looking up in the rafters, wondering if somebody else is going to fall on him.
In case I make my way, have a breakfast. I'm not too hungover because I'm so used to hanging out with my basically drunken freaking master. But I was just like, is that hangover cure? Why not?
So it's Vex and Leaf when you guys show up at the table. He hands you.
Yeah, we probably Leaf will crawl out from under that sailor's bed.
The same one? Well,
Yeah.
it's a cot on the floor essentially. It's just a bedroll on the floor. So if you crawl out from underneath it, he's literally laying on you.
Darn.
But you could crawl out like nearby. There's definitely plenty of places you could sneak out where he'd be freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just walk off to the mess hall.
He moves to a different bed.
Just
Like,
sort
I've
of
had enough of this.
different cat.
I just had a thought, but I'll save it till we're not on stream anymore.
Oh,
That bad, huh?
I don't want to be vulgar. So, morning, everybody.
Morning.
No.
Morning, as I said.
Well, pick up a bowl of porridge and the hair of the cat.
Yeah, he hands you some glass of something. It smells horrible, and he winks at you.
Hair of the cat.
Same.
Yep, same for you.
I downed it on the spot, so I was kind of like, wonder if it'll work.
It tastes terrible, Leaf. Absolutely terrible. But shortly thereafter, you don't feel too bad.
I continue to just skeptically look at my drink, and I'm just like looking at others as they drink theirs to see if it's safe.
Terex just get coffee.
Yep.
This is not the worst thing that I've ever had. Trust me, it's not happy, but as I proceed to eat, just like I'm hungry.
Yeah, just regards the glass in it. I feel a lot better.
It actually doesn't taste that bad to you, Vex. You've eaten worse.
It's probably true.
Kobold. Yep. Probably.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad. Feel better? Not a bad flavor. I can have this every day in the morning.
I'm detecting notes of dead rat.
Yeah.
Like when Simba eats
Don't
the
ruin the
bugs for the
secret.
first time.
It goes
It's
back
like when
to
Simba
cookies.
in the
Slimy
Lion King eats
yet
the bugs.
satisfying.
Slimy yet satisfying.
Mhm.
I dig it. I dig its weird texture and flavor.
But anyhow, so you guys, you eat your breakfast, and this day goes by fairly uneventful. So if you have anything you'd like to do in your downtime throughout the day, it's completely up to you guys.
And I just kind of want to lay low and not interact with pretty much
With
anybody.
But how are you going to dig a hole?
That's a good question. Is there like, so I might just kind of very like, you know, like when cats sort of sense like earthquakes and they get like really low to the ground and they just start like creeping along. Has anybody seen this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, this one does it all the time, but not
There you
for
go.
earthquakes.
just randomly.
Yeah, so essentially doing that, except like looking for like a small like a some way to get as like far like below deck or like wherever, like what is the lowest that I could possibly be that I can get access to, and then find the smallest space.
Oh yeah, you find. I mean, like you're down in the hold. I mean,
Yeah, that's where I want to
yeah.
be.
Find an empty barrel and just
Yeah,
make a little
Essentially.
cave.
I'm just like searching around for like where can I just stuff myself and
So
just like stay.
Nobody knows where Vex is.
This is normal.
What do you guys do with the coffin for the day? With
He can
Tinmere?
stay in the room.
You lock him in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody wants to. I mean, look, sailors used to had things about like superstitions about women being on the boat. God knows what they would think about a coffin with a vampire trapped in it. That's got to be like
They don't know.
50,000 years of bad luck or something.
They don't know that there's a vampire trapped in it. But a talking coffin is kind of strange.
Yeah. So, I think he's just gonna stay put. But me, I'll be up on the deck most of the day, helping out if I can with whatever they need.
Okay.
Well.
They appreciate it.
Leaf will be upon the deck, and he'll be just taking his wood carving kit and just doing rough carvings of various crew members and fellow party mates. And if he finds anything that looks good, he'll hand it out.
Aaron is spending time looking for spends at least a little bit of time underwater, shifted, traveling along with the boat, looking for things, wildlife that he might later shift into.
Can you move
Ah.
as fast as the boat?
He is when he is a toad and hanging on to the boat.
Oh, okay. Yes.
He's actually trying to find his porpoise in life.
Oh. And that ends the stream, folks.
Well, this is nice metal dice. Will look really good then sent through the forehead.
Yeah, I imagine Tarek's just up on the top deck, helping out. Oh, what do we do with the drunken sailor? What do we do with the drunken sailor?
The crew mostly, like, obviously they know exactly what they're doing. They know their jobs, and they just kind of like, you guys have never been at sea. For the most part, they know that you're paying customers, so they indulge you. So they mostly are just like, oh yeah, and then they go back and do it again after you better. Mostly at the behest of the first mate, who's making sure everything is done right. You see the quartermaster making sure that the the mangonel and the ballista are tip top in case anything happens. You don't see much of the cook because he stays below decks. You do see the bosun running around making sure there's no damage to anything. And obviously you see Captain Maps up on the helm.
Do I manage to catch sight of anything like a giant seahorse, giant sea eel? You know, really
I
fun
mean,
thing?
you guys aren't really in shallow water. Like, there's not like a whole lot of as far as like a seahorse goes, you don't see anything like that. But what else are you looking for? I mean, yeah, occasionally you probably see a
Giant octopus, giant giant sea eel. You know, the fun things that swim.
Why is he down there? Just for the halibut?
oh,
I had
Oh.
minimally explained. I'm going to go commune
know,
with wildlife.
With the third one, I think we actually do have to stop streaming. Like, I think that's in Twitch's like terms of service.
no bad puns. Um, go ahead and make a perception check, Aaron.
Well, I'm good at those. As I say, as I proceed to roll a one. Let's see. Alright. 17 total.
I'll say that with that you do see some dolphin that are following the ship.
It was like, oh, I observed. He's good.
But it's pretty much the day. It's a calm day at sea. The weather's good. I mean, it's as you're heading south. You haven't gone very far, but as you're heading south, the weather is getting steadily warmer a little bit. But the day goes by pretty uneventful. You guys are having a leisurely day at sea today. No random mysterious alien islands trying to eat you.
Perfect.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Just how I like my traveling.
Do you think there's room for Saltoria to practice with her pretty new blade up on deck?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she probably is doing that. She also thanked him. I just forgot to say it. She did for it.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, you're up on deck, practicing. It feels the same. It feels like it's the same weapon you're used to, but it just looks so shiny and new.
Yeah. I feel like a glittery princess. It's great.
Just wait till the next time we go into a fight. I got something for it.
Nice. But yeah, the second day at sea goes by pretty uneventfully. You guys enjoy it. It gets to nighttime. Is there any special accommodations you want to make at night?
I probably come out and sort of like lurk around a little bit, kind of like maybe
She
go
comes
up on,
out, looks around, and says, "You guys are doing a great job." And goes,
basically come out to like see what everybody's doing, maybe grab like a snack, and just kind of like trying to keep to myself and like make sure everybody like nothing's weird's going on, and be like it all checks out, and then go back to my
My
hiding
work
spot.
here is done.
Yeah, gonna go maybe spend some time looking at the dragon statue that Tarek made me. Just being like, I hope we come across another dragon.
Me too.
Just kind
Oh.
of shrug.
Victoria finds her room. That happens. She gets her room.
You try to find your room. I was gonna say you go down to the hold again to go to sleep, and as you're going down there, the first mate stops you, and she's like, you could sleep in your room anytime you want.
Okay, great. Perfect.
It's
What do you
over
mean?
there.
What do you mean?
Well, you paid for that room, the nicest one on the ship.
I did? There must be a mistake.
Well, that's your room. Sleep in it or not. It's up to you. She goes back to barking orders at the rest of the crew.
Well, I'll check that out. I'll check that the heck out.
Okay.
I
It's
went-
actually at the. It's actually at the back of the ship, right next to the mess hall. Actually, it's a fairly large room with a good-sized bed, a desk for writing, and it's like it's a 20-foot long by 15 or 20-foot long by 10-foot wide room. It's
Wow, that's
Pretty-
big.
pretty good size.
Yeah, that's a big room. Yeah.
The back
I'm
the back of
excited.
it curves, and you have like actually like a little window that overlooks the back of the ship. You can see.
Oh wow.
I feel spoiled.
And
That sounds
your guys'
terrible.
rooms are one step below, like they're not like your room's actually on the main deck. Like you can actually go to it straight from the main deck. The door goes in.
Oh,
from
really?
Yeah. It's right
So
below
basically-
it's directly below the actually let's see. No. I might be wrong. I think that might be the captain's quarters I'm showing you.
I was about to
Let's
say,
see.
I think that's the captain's quarters.
Let's see. Nope, that's the captain's quarters. So never mind. It's not that one. It's the it is a larger room. It's not that big. That's the captain's quarters. It is a larger room though. It goes around a corner, like you walk in. It's on the lower deck, not quite in the hold. And there are two small rooms to either side that basically are just enough for like a bunk with two beds. But your room actually has like a little corner area. You go in, it goes around a corner, and then the bed is actually in the back of the ship.
Okay.
And it is larger and it's nice. It's still about 15 feet long, but it's curved, so it's like 5 feet, a 5-foot corner, and then 5 feet.
Right.
And so it's much nicer than and much more comfortable. It's a nice bed than
Yeah,
the cots
bed.
you were sleeping on.
I bet it's cushy.
Yeah, I mean,
As
They're
cushy as it could be.
yeah, on a ship. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Sounds
Pretty good.
terrible. Terrible.
Terrible.
But you guys, you settle down for the night, you rest. In the middle of the night, nothing happens. And
Way to build that tension, Matt.
and you're muted, Saren, so I don't know what you're saying, but
I said in the middle of the night, Mark. Nothing happens. Oh.
Oh.
In the middle of the night, you're perfectly safe.
Ooh.
Exactly. Oh, well, except for Vex. She's not perfectly safe. This is terrible. She can't find any ground to sleep under. Everything's
Oh.
moving. She doesn't like it.
Yeah, I mean-
Leaf actually can walk normal now, though.
Mm.
Something weird about how the whole ship moves. He just walks straight now instead of crooked. But anyway, the night goes perfectly fine, and the next day is also a pretty quiet day. So whatever you'd like to do for the day, you can. Otherwise, the third day is going to go pretty uneventful at sea as well.
Same thing.
Okay?
I imagine I'm just gonna rinse and repeat what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Stay out of people's way. Come out at night.
If,
All right.
Much better
if
roll
the
that
ship
time.
needs anything built, I mean, I can use a hammer. So
Total of 26.
All right. Let's see.
what random aquatic life will you find today?
Yes. I'm going to look.
The most soothing D&D stream ever. Look at those jellyfish.
Everything's perfectly fine.
And the
Nothing.
dolphins.
Nothing is going to go wrong ever.
You spot a pretty Sahween.
It helps when you're a druid and have perception as a preferred skill. That +7 is no joke. As I proceed to next roll a 1 on a perception check.
I'm gonna say you actually do see a giant seahorse that day.
Excellent. And it's like, oh, I've never seen one of those before. I feel in tune with nature.
Well, and it's kind of crazy too because a giant seahorse is big. It's like the size of a horse, like a real horse.
That is kind of horrifying. I don't think it should be that big. That's too big. That's too big.
What's even worse is it actually has a saddle too.
Let's not talk about
Strange.
the saddle.
Ooh. Ooh.
But anyway, the day goes by fairly uneventfully. Siltoria practicing on deck with her blade again. Leaf.
Yeah.
Praying probably too. Pray too.
Okay, and praying.
Yeah, and if Saltaria spars, Leaf will actually introduce himself, and it's, you want to spar together?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. I don't know how to spar. I mean, I'm not saying that in character. I'm saying that out of character.
I mean, it could be however you guys want it, but I'm going to say each of you roll a d20 and add your attack modifier for whatever you're using to spar with, and we'll see. Obviously, it's non-lethal. You're not trying to kill each other, so I'd hope.
Eric stops whatever he's doing and just sits there and watches.
I have to find. Here we go.
Actually, let's start with both of you rolling initiative. Let's see who gets to go first.
Okay. Tell me how to roll initiative.
Go ahead and roll
D20?
D20 and add your initiative bonus, if any, that's on your character sheet to it.
I'm sorry. What is it? What is that I'm supposed to be adding again?
Your initiative bonus, it's at the top of your character sheet, usually on the
Great.
first page there.
Okay. So I got 17.
Okay.
She beats me by 1. I got a
Alrighty.
16.
So Satoria gets to go first. You get to jump on him in your sparring. So what do you do?
I attack him with my scimitar.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll with it.
Okay. And that's just rolling the d20.
Yep.
D20
And then
plus
adding
your
your attack modifier on it. It's it should say right next to it what the attack bonus is, and then the damage is right after that.
Next to the double-bladed scimitar.
Yep.
Blah, blah.
Yep.
2d4 plus 2.
Right before that, it should have a bonus,
hit DC
a hit DC to it. Yep.
or hit /DC /.
It's right next to, like directly right next to it. It says 5-foot range plus 5. That's your hit DC. So you get plus 5 to hit.
It says that on the actions screen.
Yep.
You actually have to click on the weapon to see it on the equipment screen.
All right. Yep. I was looking at the equipment screen. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So go to your action screen and it shows you everything.
All right. Cool. So then I got 12. I rolled a bad 7.
12 would miss.
You see Leaf, he kind of dodges in a very, you
just
don't
looks like he
understand how he
stumbles
moves that
out
way.
of
He
the
just
way.
kind of flows out of the way and kind of slaps your scimitar to the side.
Yeah, and he sort of just stumble stops everywhere. And it makes false jerks, but
Sure.
causes you to miss.
At this point, by the way,
I
I'm
don't know
back
what that
up on the
means.
deck and leaning against the railing, watching this with interest.
All right. So
what
Leaf,
time
what
is
do you
this
do?
happening at?
It's probably about midday.
Okay, I don't see any of this. I'm
Yeah,
still hiding.
you're hiding in a hole or a barrel.
But don't you get 2 attacks?
She does.
Yep. Yeah, she does. So actually, technically, she gets 2 attacks, and she can take an offhand attack with her double-bladed scimitar to make a 3rd attack.
Really?
So, yep.
Mm-mm.
So go ahead and make your 2nd attack against him.
Okay. 21.
That hits.
All right. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. So that's 2, 4.
Yep.
Sure.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay, I got 14.
With 2d4?
Yeah, I got 6 and... Oh, no, I must not be using the right one. Sorry.
Nope.
The D4s are the little triangles.
Okay.
Pyramids.
Those are the squares.
I have poor depth perception.
How do you tell which one's on the top?
It depends on what kind of D4 you have. Some D4 have the numbers on the bottom. Some of them have them at the pinnacle.
Okay, I got 10. All right, 10. Sorry about that.
Oh wow, you rolled max damage.
I got 4, yeah.
Yeah, nice. So you take 10 bludgeoning damage, or well, it's 10. Yeah, you essentially take 10 bludgeoning damage, but it's non-lethal.
Temporary.
Yep.
And then what?
He stumbles
and
and,
then-
you catch him right in the stomach.
And then you can go ahead and make your third attack if you want with the offhand portion of the scimitar. So you hit it twice, and then you kind of whip around and hit it with like a staff, like with the bottom part.
I got 13 plus 5.
13 plus 5,
Right?
so 18. Yep.
And that hits as well.
All right, so you catch him off guard, and then you come up and slam him like basically in his leg with the bottom part of it. Go ahead and roll your damage, but this one's only a 1d4 plus 2 because the bonus action offhand attack is 1d4
Okay.
less.
3 points.
Okay, so you take 3 more points. And now it's your turn, Leaf.
Yeah, he seems kind of winded. And at that, yeah, he's kind of upset at Leaf now because he didn't really expect you to hit him and hit him that hard. So he's going to wait to attack with the mace, but he is trying to keep it non-lethal. So, one attack, and critically fumbles.
Go ahead and make a dex saving throw.
22.
Yeah, you're fine. You kind of stumble a little bit, but it just kind of looks like your same stumbling you normally do, and you like I meant to do that like a cat would.
Yeah, he's apparently flustered.
Taken off guard with how fast.
With my passive perception of 17, do I notice the clear fumble?
Yes, absolutely. Everyone else can see that it's obvious that he made a mistake, but he plays it off like he meant to do it.
Just like, good on you. Yeah.
Then
I'm
the
amazed
second,
he didn't fall on the face.
second attack hits an AC of 24.
Yeah, that hits.
None of us have armor that good.
And that's 6 damage.
All right, go ahead and mark off 6 damage on your character sheet, Siltoria. It's non-lethal, though, so if you hit 0 hit points, you just get knocked unconscious.
Okay.
Okay?
I point out, I don't remember them ever coming to a point when they said, hey, we stopped now.
Where do you hit her, by the way, Leaf?
Probably on the side of the knee.
Okay,
Ow.
so
Oh, what?
he's
So
trying to sweep
mean.
the leg. He's sweeping the leg.
Crits up.
Remember, Leaf's not all that tall either. Like,
He's like 5'11", isn't he?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I forget.
Maybe.
5'8".
okay, so he's not that all that
5'10".
tall, but
5'10".
Yeah,
okay, yeah. So
5'10".
he's not all that tall, but only compared to like everyone else who's tall at the
He's
fucking party.
exactly the same height as Siltoria, actually.
And then bonus attack, and yeah, I'm going to do a flurry of blows. Critical hit.
Oh, okay. You smack her right in the head. And it's regular double damage, and I need you to go ahead and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Siltoria.
Okay.
So on your main sheet of your character sheet, it says Constitution, and it says
Yep,
+2. So go ahead and roll a d20 and add +2 to that.
Is she prefer? Is that one of her class savings throws?
Nope, she's
Okay.
got Wisdom and Charisma.
Ah,
I got 22.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a
You
20.
rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's not stunned from your hit, but you still do double damage.
Well, then that is 6 points of damage.
Okay, so you take 6 more.
Okay.
And next 2 attacks. AC 20, dirty 20.
That hits. Her AC's 16.
And that hits for 9.
Okay, so more than the crit. So go
Yeah.
ahead and take 9 more.
And then the last attack. The last attack misses, but I'm also going to apply a stunning strike.
On the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your DC for that?
3.
That's another Constitution save of 13.
Okay, go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw.
I got 10 this time.
You are stunned. He hits
Okay.
you like straight, like basically like right in the chest, and you're just like winded, and you're like, and you can't act. So
When
you're-
he casts that, or when he hits her with that, I'm going to cast Bane on him. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a little, like under my arm, just twiddle my finger and cast Bane.
does he have a saving throw for that, or is it just a negative?
No, he just has to subtract a D4 to every attack roll,
Okay.
savings throw, and it's attack roll, savings throw. Yeah, attack rolls and savings throw. Yeah. So yeah.
meanwhile, I've noticed and I'm chuckling.
Go ahead and make a perception check, Leaf. See if you notice.
I will make a sleight of hand.
And you make a
roll.
sleight of hand. Yep.
I rolled 18 plus nothing.
Yep. Didn't notice a thing.
So you have no idea, but you feel off. Like something's off.
Yeah, but after all that flurry of blows, he is going to skedaddle out of the way at max speed. So
All right.
80 feet.
Well,
He goes to the other end of the ship.
okay, so he runs all the way to
Wait,
the other
no, I
side.
take that back. There is a charisma saving throw.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, yeah. The one that I have a -1 to.
This could not go poorly.
With the -1, it's actually 17.
Yeah, I only have a 13. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't
So
work.
you just feel like you shake off something, but you don't know where it came from.
And then, boop, he's gone.
And then you run to the other side of the ship. Well, it's Seltoria's turn, and she can't act at all because she's stunned until the beginning of your next turn, right?
Yep, end of my next.
End of your next turn. So, okay. So now it's back to you. She's kind of standing in the middle of the ship, just kind of looking around like doesn't quite know what's going on.
And now he's going to go downstairs.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm one.
Okay.
Far, and then he ran away from the fight.
So he runs away from the fight. You get unstunned, and what do? You see, he stuns you,
Ju-
and
just
then
to
he like
help you
hits you a few
recover a
times,
little bit.
stuns you, and then just runs away.
Just to help you recover a little bit faster, you hear me, and because I'm very amused at this point, you hear me bark a word, and granted it's non-lethal damage, so I'm just like, I don't know how you want to apply this, but basically I just bark a healing word at her to help her get up faster.
Okay.
I'm laughing my ass off, like uproariously.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll how much you heal for.
And you know what? Because giggles, why not? We'll make this a third level healing word.
Wow.
because giggles. My main thing is attacking people, so 4, 3, only 2. So looks like 9 plus 4, 13.
So you heal 13 of your non-lethal damage.
I just barked it and was just like, look, that was funny. Here, 1 sec. And then just you hear a word that you can't quite understand, and suddenly you feel better.
So I don't really recognize. Oh, you did say to me.
Yeah.
I do know that you did something to me.
Yeah, no, I was being very blunt. Here, this will help you feel better.
Thank you.
And then I just barked the word that
He literally barked like a dog. Now you're healed.
No, it was just like
I was thinking he spit bark out of his mouth.
like, oh, and just like this is basically what you hear, and then just like you feel better, less winded.
Great. I thank you.
There's no problem. Thanks for the entertainment.
He just ran off. He just ran off on me.
Yeah, he does
He's a
that.
little skittish.
Just hope it doesn't happen when we're fighting a dragon again.
You ran away while you were fighting an actual enemy?
Yes.
To be
A
fair,
dragon.
to be fair, we probably shouldn't have been fighting it. He actually made smart decision in that case.
That being, yeah, he was the smartest one
We
of all of
did
us at
end
that
up
moment.
like basically running from it too. We just got a little bit of help and it fucked off. That's the only reason why we lived.
Too bad I'm not there because I could defend my action.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, don't worry about it. He's reliable in most fights. And it's just like when we're like, hey, we should probably not fight that. He just leaves. Don't worry about
Hmm. Yeah, and he's gonna hide in the hold.
it.
Well, I guess Saltoria doesn't care enough to go after him. So
Just continue
yes.
sparring by yourself. Just
Probably done for the day. You know, that took a little out of her. She's probably done. So I just hang up on the deck with crew and those other guys. Just hanging out.
Okay.
Having a good old deck time.
You do so. They welcome your company. I mean, the cruise really likes you guys because you've all done something that they were really impressed by, and got to help you with. And Stephanie's completely locked up video wise.
Yep.
Am I? Can you hear me still?
Yeah, we can still
we
hear
can
you.
hear
Good.
you. It's
So you're
just
still there.
You're like this.
Okay. I'll just turn off the video for now. I have to upload
Actually-
files for work real quick. So
Actually, don't turn off
they're
the video because if you turn off the
Twitch and-
video,
or not with Twitch.
if you turn off the video, it rearranges everyone's videos again. So just leave it that way for now. It's fine if it's.
Oh, that's much better. Now you're like
Oh,
this.
okay.
Oh, now you go. There you go. You're back.
All right. So
Great.
basically, the rest of the day goes by uneventfully. What do you do, Leaf? Now that you've run off.
Well, lick his wounds for one. Meditate.
Okay, that went not as well as I thought. Although I think in the end you did more damage to her than she did to you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and having her stunned, it would have been ugly,
Yeah, because we got an advantage on every attack.
which would have been another 5 attacks. But towards evening, he'll come up out on the deck, and it's just sort of strolling around, fully recovered.
Okay.
Where is their fearless leader gone?
I don't know. He just disappeared.
So, another good evening. Next day.
Yeah, this day also just it passes by, everything's fine. You guys get another good night's sleep. Now you're actually sleeping in your cabin. It's actually quite nice, Saltoria.
Yeah. Great trip.
The next morning, as you guys awake, you can definitely tell something's off. The ship is definitely rolling more than it was.
Uh-oh.
And you do hear, like, a lot of activity on deck.
Go upstairs to check it
Saltoria
out.
goes to check it out for sure.
Okay?
Pulling on
Yeah.
her armor.
I decide to come out of my hiding spot and very cautiously again, like, kind of slink around and go see what all the commotion's about.
As you guys come aboard up top, you hear the captain. He goes, we're gonna come into some pretty nasty weather. It's a bad storm. And if you look ahead of you, you see like a horrible looking storm. It is almost black. The direction, like the entire horizon ahead of you. And as you get closer, the waves keep getting larger and larger, and the boat is listing more.
Larger and larger waves. Leaf will immediately go downstairs.
Okay.
Nope. Do not want.
Does anyone else stay atop ship or go back below?
I stay on top.
Okay.
I probably go back down below.
Okay.
Just for
What about Aaron and Tarek? Now that you're
What we
back,
do? Sorry.
you're heading into some really bad looking, nasty weather.
What's everybody else doing?
Leaf ran below deck. Vex also went and hid.
I imagine I probably go down below deck as well.
Okay.
What are the crew doing?
They're trying to prepare the ship. Like they're trying to get it ready for storm, and they're actually like closing all the hatches and securing doors and making sure everything that's tied down on deck is tied down. And
Yeah,
it's starting to get rough. Like
I'll
really
just get
rough.
out of their way. So I'll go down the stairs with the rest of everybody and just kind of stay out of the crew's way because they know what they're doing. So
Okay.
I will stay on deck. I will stay on deck, near the mast, and with my hand tied in a line that one of the lines that are around it. It's
Okay.
not in use. I'm not too concerned with the storm, but it's not something I exactly want to deal with.
As you get closer and closer, you realize this is one hell of a storm. The winds start blowing, like the ship starts like listing heavily to one side as as the waves are just slamming into it over and over again. This is like a full-on hurricane.
Wow.
I would like
Yeah.
Siltoria and Aaron to both make a strength and or dexterity check, whatever's better. Saving throw, I mean. And Aaron, you get yours at advantage because you've tied yourself up to the ship.
All right. Uh, 13 and 15 with the save
Okay.
and a like 14, so 15.
Okay.
Or correction, 14 roll, 16 save.
And Siltoria.
So I roll a d20 and then I add the +2 for strength, or do I add 17?
+2 to strength, or for the strength saving throw, or whatever's better. It's probably your strength is the better one. Yeah.
I don't.
So yeah.
really
So
understand,
yeah.
but-
So d20 +2.
Okay, then I got 10.
A massive wave hits the side of the ship and it lifts almost sideways as water gets washed over the deck. The winds are stronger than any winds either of you have ever felt, naturally anyway. And you both get washed overboard.
Bummer.
You
That
can
wave
see.
capsized the ship.
No, the ship is you both. Everyone that's in the hold, go ahead and make dex or strength saving throws as well.
Plus a Constitution save.
12.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
15.
You all just get slammed from one side of the room to the other, and all take 3 bludgeoning damage from getting slammed into the farther wall and having like debris from different crates and whatnot that weren't quite secured properly hit you as you slam across the ship. As the ship turns almost sideways, you're almost sure that it's sinking for a moment, and then it rights itself and starts listing the other direction as it hits another wave. It's some of the most violent water you've ever come across.
At that,
And
Leaf
you
is
do
going
hear
to start.
you do hear one of the crew members very faintly above the wind yell, basically, "Man overboard!" You hear a yell right after that.
Hearing that, I will try to get back on the deck of the ship.
Okay. You do make your way up there. It's hard. You keep getting slammed from wall to wall as the waves hit. But you make it up there pretty quickly. And you see that there are a couple crew members trying to throw ropes out into the water.
I will go try to get over to one of them and assist.
And you see that crew member apparently really knows what he's doing. He basically throws a rope right in between you two in the water.
Okay.
So I mean,
My
you
response.
see it. I mean, you guys are it's like you can't see the ship because you're down in one of the base of the swells, and then you see the ship again. It's like there's this massive you're getting slammed back and forth and having a really hard time. But you see the rope land in between you guys.
I shout to grab hold of rope.
Imagine it's very dark and stormy.
It is, yeah. It's almost black.
I reach over and touch the rope and cast light on it. So all of a sudden, this whole stretch of rope is glowing bright.
Nice. Yeah,
Light.
so you
it's
absolutely
easily
see the rope.
visible.
Cool. So I go towards the rope and I grab onto it and I start reaching for my friend now. And I'm like, for Aaron. And I'm like, come on. Come on.
I shifts
Oh,
Well, no, this is a bit too.
He
stormy.
shifts himself.
That's
So-
number 3. Sorry. Bye, everyone. I'm just kidding.
It's just
Well, I had to break the
Uh,
chain. That's what
yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
So-
But it's a rope. Never.
yeah, I forgot how much heavier that all of these Psychic Beasts would be, and that I probably wouldn't be able to keep up with it in the storm. So yeah, I swim over and grab the rope as well. And let's see. I don't actually have anything that would straight up help in this particular case.
Ooh, I don't
So, yeah. I grabbed the rope.
Okay. The crew, like a few of the crew are like they're tied to the deck and they're all trying to pull you in. They do. They are able to like yank you aboard.
Oh, good. I thought I would have to call up the kobold to pull them in.
Pretty strong.
All right, that was good convincing. I'm going to go take nap, and then I head below decks, and I'm just like, I'm going to shift, and then I crawl up into one of those rafters, shift, and then sink claws into the beam.
Okay. What do you do, Siltoria?
I also go to nap. I'm like, all right, day's over. I'm done. And then I go pray first. Always pray first.
I mean, you have the ship is still bucking around, like.
Oh yeah, so it might be.
So I mean, you can go below deck and you can pray, absolutely, but you do have to like basically like brace yourself on the walls to keep yourself from being tossed about. The storm lasts a good portion of the day. The boat is creaking and grinding. I mean, like you hear weird sounds. Like every once in a while you hear something like it snaps off. You hear yells above deck. You hear, I mean, like all kinds of things that just don't sound good. Every one of you believes that this ship isn't going to make it through.
Yeah,
This-
As you're describing all those sounds, there's also the addition of a yowling cat.
Yeah, every time there's a sound, you hear Leaf like not happy.
And Tarek grabs a hammer and goes about helping plug any holes, and because at the very least he can hammer some nails and some boards in with nails for any damage we take.
Where did you leave the coffin, by the way?
In the room.
Okay.
He stays in the room.
Okay. And basically, like everything is just, I mean, it's slamming everywhere. Vex, you hidden in the hold against one huge slam against the ship by something. You don't know what hits it, a wave or something else, who knows, but it feels terrible. Right next to you where you're hiding in the hold, water starts spraying in from the side of the ship.
Nope. I'm out of there. As soon as I notice that, I'm just like, ah! I'd like flee my spot and just like start running probably up. I want to probably get like panic and just try to get higher ground.
Yeah.
So
There are a crew that were sleeping down there, and they all wake up and they all start like grabbing supplies and start like hammering walls and trying to like, plug the hole.
just leave.
And you just ran.
Bye.
But yes, this storm lasts a good portion of the day. The ship doesn't sink, and eventually
Hooray!
you hear the storm calming. The listing gets less and less. The violence of it gets less and less, and then there's quiet.
when the storm finally seems to be dying down and it gets quiet, I'll go upstairs and see how bad it is.
You see that everything on the ship has some damage. I mean, you know, the hull took some damage. The sails are somewhat ripped. You can definitely tell the ship is moving at about half the speed it was.
Okay.
And
Well-
the crew is trying their best to repair it.
Well, I have mending.
Okay.
So I will go about assisting any breaks or tears or leaks.
Basically, with mending, you could like kind of mend ropes or do small
It
things.
says as long as the break or tear is no larger than a foot in any dimension.
Yeah.
So-
It doesn't really like heal hit points though, like hit point damage. So
Okay.
I mean, you do help. Like you're helping with like, you know, minor repairs, things that they need. But the bosun's running around and like ordering crew to like get, you know, like break apart crates in the ship's hold and you know, so they have extra wood as well for repairs, and they're trying their best. Like it's calm now. You can see the storm behind you. And you know, they're taking some of the rowboats out and trying to repair it. And in the middle of repairs, you hear one of them go, "Land!"
Hmm?
And
Is it supposed to be there?
Yeah.
Oh, look, everyone had the same question.
do you ask that?
Yes.
The captain says it's not on our route, but it's very possible in that storm we got blown off course.
Okay.
Hmm.
How far away is it?
I mean, you can see that it's probably about a mile out. You can see the island. It's a pretty sizable island. Maybe not quite as big as the last one you found.
Yeah, I don't know about these mysterious islands we keep coming across.
Well, if the ship's taking some damage, it may be a good place to kind of drop anchor for a little bit and make sure everything gets fixed. Provided when we pull up, there's no fish people wanting to eat us.
If they want to eat us, we eat them first.
Fish fry.
I'll go get my hammer.
Yeah, Leaf will offer up his wood carving skills. I don't know how much that would help.
We'll go ahead and make I'll say a dexterity roll plus proficiency modifier.
That would come across as 21.
Yeah, so I mean, you helped quite a bit helping the crew. They're very appreciative of it, and
No, the grain. It's better if you get the grain to go with it. Here.
Mhm.
Be stronger.
I also sort of, not like reluctantly, but just sort of like nervously also lend a hand using mending.
okay.
But I'm just trying not to be, trying not to interact with anybody while I do it. Just sort of like stealthily, just going around and just being like,
So you're randomly thinking you're repairing things?
oh, like I'm.
She's faking that she's not. She's pretending she's not repairing things. She's just like,
Yeah, I don't want to draw attention. I don't want to draw attention to myself, so I'm just like, just stealthily helping, but without interacting with anybody if possible.
Altoria is
Go ahead and make a stealth check to see if you're successful in having people not notice you.
It's more of a deception check.
Well, yeah, or
20.
deception.
Oh,
You can use deception if you'd
Uh,
like. Deception or stealth. It's fine with me.
well, either way, it's a 22 or a 21.
All right, yeah, you have no problems like pretending like you're not helping at all.
just sort of whistles and walks by, and a
No
sail,
whistling.
rip at a sail disappears.
That mop wasn't broken a few minutes ago. I could have sworn that mop was broken.
They're confused. I'm chuckling. They're just like,
Well, even you don't notice that one.
oh, I'm not laughing about the it suddenly getting repaired. I don't even care. This is a ship. Fucking, I'm chuckling about their confusion.
But so you guys tell the captain to. I mean, the captain's kind of like, well, the last landing didn't go so well. What do you guys think we should do?
Well,
Do you know where you are?
It'll take a little bit of time to rechart our course and find out where we are.
then it may be best if we do stop, just to have hopefully peace for a few minutes.
I just, Aaron just kind of shrugs and is just like,
Well, what are the chances that this island's going to be?
don't say
Bad.
anything.
As bad as the last one?
That might be fair.
There
Um,
could be wonderful things there.
so the captain's like, so we should stop?
Probably.
All right, we'll go in. We'll start repairing. Maybe we can get some wood from the island. It does look like it has a bunch of trees.
I'll go get the axe then.
So they get in closer to shore. They drop anchor, and they have the two canoes, or the two rowboats. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Do you guys go with them, or do you who goes aboard? Who goes to shore and who doesn't? I guess is the question.
I will go to shore and I will make sure I take the axe we got back in Thunder Tree. Hugh,
Yep.
I will make sure to take it with me.
Leaf will definitely come with because it's land.
And I will
Land.
come with because, yeah, why not?
Because fuck it, why not?
I guess I notice all of my comrades going ashore, so I'm just like, well, I don't want to be stuck without them. So
All right, so you guys go ashore and you guys start heading to trees to start trying to get wood, or what do you do?
Once we get on the shore, what do we see?
It's a fairly large island. It's not tropical, but has like a big kind of peak on it and lots of forestation.
So I'll explore the immediate vicinity for signs of things that are not nature.
Make a
Like
perception
standard scouting pattern.
check. Or actually, make a survival check, I guess.
Yes, I will help the crewmen and whatever trees they want down. Hugh does maximum damage to anything made of wood.
Yep.
So it does.
Nice.
It technically would do. If I two-hand it like a tree chopping axe, it would do 15 damage.
Yeah,
to
you
a
make
tree.
short work of trees. Like you basically are like chopping down trees in like 2 hits. Chung, chung. They're all like, okay, and they all start going to. I mean, you go to town on the trees. What was your perception check, Aaron?
18 plus 7,
Okay.
25.
And what was Vex, Siltoria, and Leaf doing?
At first, Leaf is going to run up and down the beach because it's land, and then he'll explore the woods a little bit.
By the way, it was survival, but that's the same thing. I have a +7 to that as well.
Okay. And Siltoria?
Shoot, I don't think she'd want to. Well, you know what? She's kind of a explorer, so she'll probably go and not wander too far away from where they landed, but explore, see if there's anything worthy, like food or anything like that hanging around.
Okay. And Vex?
You're
You're now on dry land. You're no longer rocking back and forth.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for that. I don't really have any way of helping unless I can rip down trees with my hands.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me with how strong you are right now.
Can I just try, like, just sort of like
Find a smaller tree?
Yeah, and just like unassumingly just go at it like I'm testing, just like testing my.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
21.
Yeah. You find a tree. And you actually just go and rip it out of the ground and push it over.
Go and try to find another tree.
But while you're doing that, while you go to find another tree, Aaron, you notice that there is definitely other tracks here besides the crew and your guys's.
Like other things that are clearly not wildlife.
Yes.
No, do I have like a general direction?
It's a lot. Like, there's been a lot of activity on this island. Like, a lot. It's way more than one person. And
Definitely not sand people.
And as you're doing that, you see like
Nice.
a man dressed in rags, kind of coming out of the forest and like walking towards you guys, and he's like, "Oh." Walking towards you because you're looking, you see him. He just looks bedraggled, like his hair is just ratted. He's dirty. His clothes are ragged, and he's like, "Oh."
Matt, did you put Tom Hanks from Castaway in this game?
Maybe.
He's carrying a volleyball
Carrying a coconut.
and coconut with a handprint face on it. Sorry.
But he sees you guys, and you see he's like, "Oh, thank God, thank God, I'm saved, I'm saved."
I found this weird guy.
But how far away did he get from us?
Who? Aaron?
How far did Eric? How far did Eric get from us, Matt?
I mean, he was looking around. He didn't get very far before he found all the evidence that there were other things here.
Okay. So we hear the
Siltoria kind of wandered off like a little bit. She's not too far either by the time this guy wanders out of the woods. In the opposite direction, like you went the opposite direction of where he came out. He's not too far from you, Vex.
And is he human?
Looks it.
Gross.
At least he's not a gnome, right?
Yeah, it's better than a
Marginally
gnome.
better.
I go. Well, it's probably not trying to kill us. Just absentmindedly out loud, because I'm somewhat oblivious that way. It was just like, but more importantly, who are you, and why are you here? Also, where is here?
Please, my name's Eamon. I've been stranded here for I don't even know how long it's been. I please help me, please.
Well, ship is not mine. what you can bleed, yes, I guess. Also, that was your name, but not who you are. Like, what do you do? How did you get here?
I was on a ship and just trying to travel south, and there was a storm, and we were all stranded here. There's only me left now.
Oh.
About this time,
The
I
question-
wander
the
over.
My question now becomes, what killed the others?
Starvation.
Mm.
Okay. Why are you not dead?
I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna let him say it.
I've just been able to survive. I found some food, not much. I kept it to myself. I was trying to stay alive. I feel terrible. I couldn't. He looks like he's like really emaciated. Like he hasn't eaten that much either. He looks kind of yellow.
Well, where were the others?
Said they're dead.
They're dead.
I mean, in the like, where was your dwelling?
I mean, I live in a hut inland a little bit. It's best I can call it. I mean, it's just made of like tree branches and just to keep me from the elements.
Well, fair enough. Well, you can bleed your case to Captain. We have passage, but more importantly, anything interesting on the island aside from, apparently your dead crew?
No, this place is a shithole. I just want to leave.
I turn to Tarek and I'm just like, well, I don't care. And if he tries to kill us in sleep, we remove his head.
Does the guy seem? Does he seem sincere?
Make an insight check.
I'm going to assist him with that because I've been kind of suspicious of it.
23.
Yeah, he rolled higher than I did.
He seems sincere.
Does he have the shakes?
A little bit.
Kiru. It's cannibals will shake.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Out of character, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, he ate his crew to survive, but like, is he gonna keep eating people after he's off the island? That's the question.
Wendigo. Wendigo.
Check to see if he still has his feet.
Just like shrugs on, and I'm just like, good enough for me. That said, is not my call.
Okay. I mean, the captain stayed on the ship, so in order to.
All right. Well,
Well,
let's get one of the because some crew came to the island with us, right?
Yeah.
So let's get them to go ahead and take a load of wood back to the boat. Tell the captain we found this guy and ask him what he wants us to do with it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, the right thing to do would be take him with us. Because if he stays here, who knows how long he's going to be here.
well, actually, the first
Well,
thing that should be done is Leaf will give him a ration of food.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gobbles
there's
it
that.
down, like eats it, like.
Can I see the way he came? Can I see the way he came from?
Yeah. I mean, you know where he came from, out of the woods.
Maybe we should go take a walk. and check the island out a little closer. Because
Are you taking him with you, or are you sending him
No.
to the ship to?
I was going to leave him there on the beach until the crew came back and decided what to do with him.
Okay.
I'll take a
Um,
walk with him.
Because he said he had a hovel somewhere.
Yep. Okay, so you leave him with the crew.
And I'll tell one of the crewmen, I'll give the crewman the axe because I brought my hammer with me too.
Yeah.
And I'll say, watch him.
Actually, Leaf will stay behind and
Oh, okay.
care for him.
Okay.
That's fine then.
So who all goes
And
to see
drone
the-
on about Neverwinter.
I go.
All right, so you guys head. So Aaron goes, Tarek goes, Vex, Seltoria, do you go with, or do you stay at the beach with the mysterious man?
Sartorius stays probably at the beach. I'm assuming she wandered back just for the very end of that conversation.
Yeah.
Sort of like what's going on. I think that she probably stays behind with the weird man.
Okay.
What's everyone else going to do again?
Let's see.
They're running into the woods to see where he came from.
Great. Okay. Well, somebody better stay behind. So I'll stay behind.
Before
Yep.
I leave, I'm going to touch Saltori's sword and put my Blessing of the Forge on it. So
Oh.
for the day, it's considered magical, and it has +1 to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Thank you.
So that will, just in case. I mean, you can't hit ghosts without a magic sword. So
I feel like I'm on verge of insight.
well,
I'll be
so
able to hit with magic claws.
yes.
Almost.
One level. Yes.
So the Hue axe, whenever you're carrying it in a forest, it makes you feel uneasy. So Tarek's like already like, okay, I'm creeped out.
It's
All
funny.
these trees
It's
in the way.
an axe that hates trees and wood and plant creatures. You do wander into the woods, and it doesn't take you long. It's not far from the beach. You find this just like almost like lean-to. I mean, it's just like some tree branches and like the remains of a fire, and it's just kind of like
Is there a pile of body bones bones anywhere?
Body bones.
make a
Body
perception
bone-
check.
Body bones.
Also, I follow them as well because I have no interest in staying around this weird human.
17.
Nat 20.
Oh, nat
Hooray!
20. You do not find any bones, and Aaron, you see evidence of animals, like that there were like some kind of creatures here. Like you can see just basically animal life. And with that perception check, you have your doubts that anyone could have starved on this island. Unless they
I
just
go-
had no idea how to survive, which is possible.
I go, and I explain my suspicions. I'm like, as we've been walking here, we've been seeing nothing but mostly animals that are too stupid to be afraid of us. But I don't get how he would have survived. There's evidence of other people, but they're not here. I don't trust it.
But as far as you can tell, he was telling the truth.
Looking around his hovel, is there anything, personal effects or anything?
Not really. Other than things that were like made, like this just like kind of bed, on the ground made of like leaves and whatnot. And with that perception check, by the way, Aaron, you also notice some larger humanoid footprints.
Nice. And I point out the other footprints and just like, hey, there's other footprints, different ones.
And by larger, I mean like like, yeah, massive footprints. Like what looks like would be like a giant.
I'm
Hmm.
very uncomfortable about this. This makes me very uncomfortable.
I just go, hmm. I point them out and I'm just like, yeah, how do I see how, like, kind of vaguely how recent they might be?
They seem fairly recent.
It's like, these are relatively new. I don't know why, and they are much larger. And they appear humanoid. I do not know why he claimed to be only one here. Does not make sense.
Something's not right about this. I'm getting a real bad feeling.
I have no interest of being anybody else's the risk of being a slave to anybody else. So I don't know. I feel like it's bad. It's very bad.
Well, he said he got stranded here because of a storm. And it's awful convenient that we got hit with a similarly very rough storm in almost the same place. Something's just not sitting here right.
I say we investigate.
I'm starting to worry about leaving him back there on the beach with the rest of them.
I mean, I'm
And-
sure
We can
fine.
investigate later. And later, save crew first.
And meanwhile on the beach with you guys, he's just like, please get me off of here. I've been here for so long. I just need to get off this island, please.
Well, where did you come from? Where? What was that storm like? And have you run across any alien fish gods on imaginary islands?
He just looks at you like deer in the headlights, like not knowing what the hell you're talking about.
Let me tell you about Neverwinter.
Do the tracks at his camp, do any of them lead? Are there any specific directions? Like animals leave game trails behind.
They just seem to be like all over the place. He indeed, you can see his tracks too, or what you think is his tracks, and they just all are around like this area.
Well, what do we do? Do we go deeper or do we go get the rest of our friends?
I suggest we get the rest of friends and figure out what he's not telling us. Because you sounded like he was telling the truth earlier, but evidence points otherwise.
I mean, I don't really care about this guy, but I don't know that I really want to go venturing without the rest of our party.
Agreed. All right. Well, let's go back to the beach and get Leaf and Saltoria and see if he's revealed anything to them that we didn't notice.
Okay, so you guys go back to the beach and you see like he's just like standing there with them. You can see he's still just pleading to get off the island. Please, like, get me out of here.
As we walk back towards him, I'm like, hey, and I point the axe at him. What are you not telling us?
I don't know what you're talking about.
My friend here pointed out a lot of footprints back at your little camp.
I don't know. I'm not a tracker. I don't know.
The recent
But you-
ones.
But you said you were alone.
I am alone.
Then why are there giant tracks?
I don't.
And at this point, I'm like in his face.
He's like cowering before you. He's just, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
15.
I'm also fucking. Better with roll 22.
I could do
Uh,
it.
What'd you
wanna-
say?
I could also probably help, but he already got 22, which is pretty good. So
You both believe him.
I gotta grunt and turn back towards the rest of the island. Is there anything? I know we're kind of at a low vantage point now, but was there anything as we were sailing up to the island that stood out aside from just trees?
No, not really. Possibly like the large peak on the island might be a volcano or something.
Hmm.
But it doesn't look like it's had recent activity as far as.
Something just didn't sit right with me. About how long does it take the crew to get back?
They start. They. I mean, as you guys have been doing this, I mean, you guys were already working a little bit before he came out. Not too long, but I mean, they're just kind of going back and forth with. I mean, a lot of them came with you and were working on. They're still there, like.
Well, did
chopping down
they
trees and-
did they get word from the captain what they want us to do with him?
I mean, he's one of them. Just says it wouldn't be right to just leave someone here.
Can't we just like throw him in a room and like lock it?
He's like, that's fine. Just get me off this island.
yeah,
I
that's-
say we throw him in a room on the ship and just lock it from the outside. We could put him with the vampire.
Yeah, we could do that. That would be. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Funny thing is, well, that's funny. The funny thing is the room that's actually why am I just blanking on the word right now?
I point out that
The brig.
Yes, the brig is actually Seltoria's room. Is actually it doubles as the brig if nobody's there.
I point out that putting just on as like an aside to Derek, just like maybe putting potentially desperate person in with vampire coffin that only wants to be released is bad plan.
I mean, I mean, like, we can't open it. It seems unlikely that he can open it. And besides, if he does open it, then he's just locked in there with the vampire. Vampire's gonna eat him. And then we're just gone
like-
down one human. Who cares?
I point to
Yeah,
the small and
No,
just
that's
like,
not how it would work at all.
just like we also really haven't tried to open it, and in all honesty, it's bad plan. I highly recommend we not do that.
Whatever.
I'll put up with the annoying but entertaining box. You can annoy everyone else.
Or we could
All
put him.
right. What were you gonna say?
We could put him in my room though, since it's the brig. We could put him in my room.
Right.
I'll sleep down on a cot.
Well,
Guess
let's
that's
get him.
fine.
Let's send him back to the ship with the next load of supplies, and help the crew finish getting what they need.
It was like I'm not curious enough.
Okay, so you send him onto the ship, and you continue on with getting your supplies.
Leaf was going to go with.
Okay.
I'll continue operating as kind of a guard.
I'm gonna
So-
go and continue to try to rip trees out of the ground.
Okay. So Leaf is going back to the ship. Aaron,
Standing by, paying attention, being vigilant.
Siltoria.
I want her to help, but I don't know what she could do. So I'm trying to figure out what she could do instead.
I mean, you could keep watch. You could help them haul wood to the boats for repairs. You could. Okay. And Tarek, you're gonna continue chopping down trees.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long for you to chop down enough trees.
Just I'm on edge the whole time.
How close are you staying to Amon, Leaf.
Pretty close.
Okay. Make a perception check.
16? No, wait, it's higher than that, I think. Yeah, 17.
You notice that under his ragged cloak behind his back is a glaive.
A glaive?
Yeah.
Oh. Why are you carrying a weapon?
What? What are you talking about? Oh, I need to get food somehow. It's not a weapon. It's just a piece of junk.
Combat.
What?
You're initiating combat.
Yep.
So what do you do?
I'm gonna stun him and knock him off the boat.
Just knock him off the boat.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Mm-hmm. That AC 8. No, AC 11.
You go to punch him, and he deftly moves to the side and slams your hand out of the way, and just goes, "Now!" in like a totally different voice, and you hear some sound on the other side of the boat. And then he just kind of looks at you and smiles like very evilly and basically doubles in size. Or more.
Second attack.
Whatever
And-
that noise was, how loud of a noise was it?
I mean, you don't hear it. It's just basically him kind of scrabbling across the deck as he grows, like his feet. And you see that he's now this like massive blue giant with teeth and long hair and giant black claws and clawed feet, and the glaive grew with him. And you now see that he's also wearing chainmail. And you hear something scrabbling up the side of the boat. And that's where we'll end it for this week.
Good. Cliffhanger. Ogre make eye. It sucks. Although I do get a second attack.
Yes, you'll get another attack.
Technically, you could take up to 4.
Yeah. AC 18?
That hits him.
Punch him! Punch him in the face!
I mean, I don't think you can reach with his face at that point. Maybe his balls.
That'd still be a stunning strike.
Yeah, it is a stunning strike. For 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Yep. And a stunning strike.
Okay, you hit him. It's like solid muscle that you hit.
Well, that was a magic weapon.
Oh, well, you're cutting through like this. You cut through, but it's like really tough. And he kind of looks down at you and smiles, and he's not stunned.
Yeah, well, next 3 attacks. Dirty 20. Or 9. 22
The dirty 20 and the 22 hit, obviously.
for another 9.
Okay.
And last one. 1 short of a critical hit. Or 7.
So 16 total.
No, more like 25 total.
That's not what I you said not. I do
2
say
9s.
9. Oh, 2 9s. Okay.
The first one was 9 as well.
So how much total?
Yeah, 27.
Okay.
No, 25. I can't do math late at night. I'm almost as bad as Cam.
Freaking rip.
Okay. And then I'll say that with those 3 attacks, you start seeing orcs climbing up over the edge of the ship from the seaside. Like lots of orcs. And that's where we'll end it then.
Okay.
Jesus, how high was this dude's deception rolls?
+8.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Well,
'Cause I think I rolled a 20-something and a 15, and it still wasn't
I
enough.
rolled a 23 at one point.
I think he rolled a 26 and a 24. 26 the second time.
Jeez. Oh, goodness.
So yes, we'll start with that.
And how far away is the ship from us on the island?
I mean, it's a good bit out.
Shit.
So yes, you'll have a week of planning to think about how you're going to deal with this situation that you guys are on the shore, and Leaf is next to a giant and a whole bunch of orcs boarding the ship.
Well, let's see. I think our boat, our rowboat, can move. I think 15 feet. So if we double moved, I could start. If somebody else is driving, I can start hurling guiding bolts
I would
at
say
120 feet.
I would say if you double move, it'll take you 5 rounds to reach the ship. How's that for some planning for next week?
Okay.
So basically, start spellcasting the entire time.
I'm gonna smoke that motherfucker with a bunch of guiding bolts.
as lightning bolt after lightning bolt come down from above. Like, that's an orc. Boom!
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna suck.
And now we'll see if Leaf can justify his intelligence score. Was this actually the bright idea? All right.
Alrighty. So, did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't like being tricked.
He rolled really well. I was super happy.
Because we have such high insight and perception rolls.
I know. I was just like, yes.
Like, he had gotten anything other than amazing rolls. Like,
He's-
we got kind of
I'm
like
like-
mediocre ones, but
I'm
our
like,
rolls
this-
are so freaking high.
I'm like, this bastard's making it to the ship.
Oh, goodness.
And you guys were all just like, there's something wrong with this. There's something wrong. It's got to be something. No, you believe him. Damn it. There's got to be something wrong. Yeah, there was. Your player instincts were correct. Your character instincts, not so much.
Well, it doesn't help that the cat is curious about everything and wants adventure.
Yep.
Ooh, new island. Let's go. Bad idea.
And then at the beginning of next week or 2 weeks from now, whenever we get to play again, we'll start with rolling initiative and seeing how this goes.
All right. I have a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but I have a plan.
To stay on the island forever.
What'd you say?
Right now. I said to stay on the island forever because that seems like a good plan right now.
Depending on how fast you get to the boat, it might be your only plan.
What you do is you have Aaron transform into a dolphin. You put Vex on the dolphin to swim her
Yes.
as fast as
No.
possible.
No,
What about
I hate
Seahorse?
this idea.
Or the other thought was that you just try to toss Vex across the entire channel, which is not possible.
I don't know what you think I'm gonna do, but
I will say that you see over a dozen orcs starting to crawl over the edge of the ship.
We can see that on the ship.
You guys from the shore, on the back of the ship, you can see movement. You see a bunch of figures crawling up the back of the ship out of the water.
Okay.
Well, the
I'll-
other
I'll
thing is that
And you do
Leaf-
see a massive figure standing on the deck of the ship. Justin, you just got here now? We're just ending.
He was doing some stuff tonight, so I think he was driving.
That's fine.
Well.
You'll just have to watch the rerun and catch up to the fight they're going to start the next time we meet.
Yeah.
But anyway, for everyone that was watching, we love you too, Justin. He just came to say hi.
Yeah, he told me that's what would happen tonight.
That's fine.
I'll have to.
I knew it
I'll
was going to
have
be a little shorter of a night anyway, so.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing.
I'm so sleepy.
I could tell.
At one point, when you
I was
when
like-
you were like this, I was like, "Does she have her eyes closed?"
I was like, we got to get to the boat. We got to get to the boat so I can have the reveal of what's going to happen before she falls asleep. Come on, we got to do it. We got to do it.
One minute.
I'm like, my brain is like, you've been up since 2:30 and you went to bed at like midnight. You are very tired.
Yeah, and then when we were sitting there, I rubbed my eye and my contact was like, "Bye," and like rolled up into the back, and I was like, that's why I got up and ran, because I was like, "Oh, I gotta fix this." So when I came back, like this eye was like red and puffy and swollen where I was. So that's why I kind of stayed a little further back so you couldn't see it as well.
Nice.
Well,
thanks.
I hope you all have enjoyed the misery I've crafted for you guys this evening.
Wait a minute, hold up. It's gonna take us. We're on day 4.
Yeah, 9
It's gonna
days.
take us like 9 days to get to Chalk. Yeah.
Well, I mean, 9 days if you have a ship.
Yeah, certain wonder if we're gonna get there or not.
Well,
We may have just jumped the shark. I don't know.
actually, what's going to transpire is that Leaf and the ship are going to go. That's dead. The rest of the party is going to play Minecraft and start beating down trees and
Making their own game.
making their own game and then building their own boat.
It might happen. It might happen. This could go a whole lot of different ways. I look forward to seeing. Like
So
happens.
what's gonna happen is next week when we play, the boat gets destroyed, and then the week after we roll up new characters to go rescue our previous party.
And then there's only one of you left because the rest the one that's left ate the rest of the people. And it's
Probably
and then-
me.
And then they got bigger and turned into a giant. And
The giant
then-
kobold.
Well, I have my next
Known as a
cleric
dragon.
So
ready.
it's a whole 7 foot tall.
I have my next cleric prepared just in case.
But I hope everyone that was watching, or even people that just showed up, have a great week or two, depending on when we can get back. And thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we will we'll be back and start straight up with combat next time. So I hope everyone has a wonderful week or two, and bye.
Bye.